Pix 11 is in your community. The floating hospital has been a safety net for struggling New York City families since 1866.
Yeah, it provides health care to people living in shelters and domestic violence safe houses. It's a medical necessity they may not be able to find anywhere else. But the organization is also helping young people with a one-of-a-kind experience called Camp Rise Up.
Yeah, joining us now to talk about it is Dr. Megan Miller, Director of Health Education at the floating hospital. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's talk about Camp Rise Up. Who is it for and what do campers learn?
We started Camp Rise Up in 2018, and it is an innovative health education program under the guise of traditional camp. So we take teenagers aged 12 to 15 who are currently living in shelters and temporary housing around New York City up to Rhinebeck, New York in the Hudson Valley for a week-long sleepaway camp, where we teach them sexual health and social emotional skill building in order for them to learn how to make healthy decisions in the future. So last year we had 60 kids, and this year we're hoping to have 80. And it's 100% donor funded, so it's absolutely free for the kids to come.
So kind of expanding on what you touched on, you're saying that what the kids kind of learn goes beyond what most of these students learn in public school. So what are some of the topics that you're tackling?
Yeah, absolutely. It goes way beyond what they're learning in public schools. I was myself a teacher, and I still go into schools now and teach these one-off workshops, and it's clear that it's just not enough. So we teach, we have a three-tiered curricula where we teach things like consent, healthy relationships, facilitation skills, contraception. And, you know, we take for granted a lot of these things like communication and decision-making. We don't ever explicitly teach these things. And we think kids are just going to know or intrinsically just, you know, have it. And so Camp Rise Up allows them the opportunity to really learn these skills.
You know, I think what's interesting, too, is that these kids are learning it in a place in nature, right? And some of these kids, I have to imagine, have probably never been to Rhinebeck, New York. They haven't been out in the woods like this. So, you know, what is it like for them to experience that? Yeah,
it's a lot of their first time out of the city into the woods. They're used to the sounds of traffic, and you know, they go there, it's pitch black. They hear insects and owls, and they think there's bears outside, and they're completely freaked out. And there's a lake that they, you know, I can't see the bottom. There's fish in there, but in reality, they love it. We do zip lining. There's campfires where we make s'mores, and you know, you can just tell with the kids' faces that they're really loving it.
I love it. Okay, so how can this camp actually prepare young people for maybe career opportunities?
I think in a lot of different ways. Not only do we teach things like communication and decision making and like financial literacy that's going to follow them throughout their lives, we also offer opportunities for them to have their first job with us. So after the third year of camp, they actually can apply to be counselors in training, which is a paid position. And it teaches them, you know, how to be leaders, how to be facilitators. And then once they're 18, they can be fully paid counselors with us also, which is great.
That's fantastic. It really is. Dr. Megan Miller, thank you so much for the time joining us and sharing the information with our viewers. And for more information, if you want to get it about Camp Rise Up or to make a donation, go to floatinghospital.org. Thank you again, Doctor.
Thank you.